Hi, my name is Armena and we're at Sherman Park Library on the south side of Chicago. I am the Teen Librarian Associate here, and we're featuring my grandmother's, Agnes Ketchum's favorite mac and cheese. It's her famous soul food mac and cheese. We have our water boiling over here. Just boiling on the stove. We have our pan so that we can put it and mix everything in. We have our elbow macaroni. We have our 3 different kinds of cheeses. We actually use sharp, colby, and mild cheddar. I usually mix up between block and shredded, but today I'm just going to use shredded cheese because it's a little easier. We have some imperial margarine or butter. You can use butter, it actually works better. We got some eggs here. We just have salt, pepper, some paprika, evaporated milk. We got some cream cheese, and we have some sour cream. So we just added the mac and cheese into the boiling water. And we're just gonna stir it a little bit just to make sure the mac and cheese doesn't stick together. Try to just leave it on the stove boiling for about 15-20 minutes, nothing more, because you don't want to overcook the mac and cheese. So we're gonna actually mix the ingredients while the mac and cheese is boiling on the stove. The cream cheese first. And we're just gonna put it in a bowl, all of it. We're gonna take our sour cream. Now, I take the whole square of cream cheese, but it just depends on how rich you want your mac and cheese to be. With the sour cream, it depends on how big your container is, but I'm just gonna scoop about, how about a 1.5 cups of sour cream in here. So it looks kind of rich, doesn't it? Whoa. So in addition to that, I'm gonna mix the evaporated milk. This is like the signature dish to this mac and cheese, right? This milk is gonna make everything perfect. So I'm gonna open this, pouring it all in. In addition to this, because I'm only making 1 pan of mac, I'm gonna use 4 eggs, okay? So I'm gonna just crack an egg, and we're gonna add 1, 2 eggs, okay? Whoa. Make sure you don't get any shells in the mac and cheese. It won't be good if it's crunchy. And then we're gonna add the last egg, okay? I'm just gonna kind of stir all of this up. If you have a mixer at home, I recommend using the mixer because it can get a little messy when you don't have a good mixer. It can get clumpy, but you wanna just kind of, you know, just loosen it up a little bit. It can have clumps in it, it's fine, but you just want to kind of break down that cream cheese and the sour cream and mix it all together. It doesn't have to be perfect, trust me, because when you put it in the pan, it's gonna all come together. So we call this the signature mix, okay? Agnes's signature mix. While we're mixing this, I'm gonna set the oven for 350 so that we can get ready to bake the mac and cheese, right? Our macaroni is boiling on the stove and it's almost complete. So we want to get ready to bake it so it could be all good and creamy. You know, my grandma Agnes, you know, I watched her cook in the kitchen for years. And, you know, I say now I have a hard time baking because she always says put her touch on things and not necessarily, you know, a specific amount of ingredients every time. So I had a lot of fun, you know, learning from her in the kitchen, also being flexible. So guys, if this is your first time cooking, don't worry yourself, right? Guess what? The first time, it may not be the best time, but every time you'll get better at it. It looks like our noodles are done boiling here. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take a strainer, right? So that we can strain our noodles. And I got that there. Boom, we're gonna pour it all in there so that hot water doesn't get on us. Okay, cut the oven off because you don't want mama getting mad you left the oven on, right? So what I usually do at this time is that I'll take a little butter or margarine, and I'll just take the margarine And what I'll do is I'll mix a little into the mac and cheese so that it won't stick, right? You ever had like pasta that sticks together? It sucks. And now we're ready to mix it all up. Now we're just gonna align the bottom of the pan with butter, right? Just make sure you kind of cover each edge because you don't want your mac and cheese sticking to the bottom of the pan, right? Because, you know, it gets nasty if it does that. Now, we got 3 different kinds of cheeses, right? We got sharp cheddar, we have Colby Jack, and we have mild cheddar. I'm just gonna kind of cover the bottom of the pan with 1 cheese, right? And I just want to mix all 3. The reason why I use the sharp second is because the sharp is a little sharp. So sometimes it can get tangy depending on how much you use. So you don't want to use too much sharp cheese without mixing it properly, okay? So we're gonna just use the Colby last, and we're just gonna take the Colby and mix up any areas of the pan. If you can see the pan at the bottom, try to just cover it up with cheese. We're gonna just go ahead and we're gonna add noodles, okay? So we're just gonna take 1 layer of noodles and just dump it on in there, right? Dump it on in there. We're just gonna use just enough, okay, to make it cheesy. So now, we're gonna actually take pepper, black pepper. So you can use salt if you like. I usually don't add extra salt because the cheese can get salty with it. And now, I'm gonna pour my concoction. So you remember that concoction we mixed, right? With our 4 eggs, our sour cream, our evaporated milk, right? And our cream cheese, right? We put it all in here. And now we're just gonna pour this over the mac and cheese, over each layer. Boom. Oh, look at that. Yes. So now that we did a little cream there, guess what? We're gonna go back to layering again. So we're gonna put just a little butter. Remember, cover as much as you can. So we added our butter. Now we gotta layer our cheese again. Okay, so we use that sharp. Now we have the mild cheddar, okay? We're gonna take that mild cheddar and we're gonna fill in all those little spots that hadn't been covered. So boom. Okay, we got all of that set, and guess what we gotta add now? More noodles. So now we got 2 layers of mac and cheese, and I'm gonna go back to the pepper because that's our seasoning first for now. So after every layer, remember you gotta pour on your mixture because this is gonna make the mac and cheese everything that you want it to be. And don't forget, you know, you just want to cover up everything with the cheese pretty much. This is a cheesy dish. We should just kill all the cheese, right? We want to use all the cheese, guys? Yeah, use all the cheese. The last part, right, is we're gonna take that last bit of the mixture that we had with the eggs, the sour cream, the cream cheese, and we're gonna just pour it on across the top. Just a touch of love, a little bit, and boom, ta-da, paprika. So that's the last thing I left off the menu list that you probably saw. But it just makes it really pretty at the top when you cook it with paprika because it gives like a little red glaze on it. Just enough to cover and make it look pretty. The paprika has been added to the mac and cheese and is ready to be cooked. So remember, we put the oven on 350 and we're actually gonna leave it in here for about 35-40 minutes, right? But you want to check on it periodically every 15 to 20 minutes just to make sure everything is, you know, cooking down enough. Also make sure you didn't fill up your container too high because it could boil over in the stove. You don't want that to happen. So those are some things to just think about, right? And now we're gonna put it in the oven, okay? Remember, it's on 350. We got about 35-40 minutes and then we'll be right back with you with the finishing touches, okay? That mac and cheese coming along just fine. We probably have another 15 minutes, maybe 20 on the cooking. But I just come and check to see that all the cheese and everything's cooking down good in there. It's starting to look delicious. That mac and cheese is complete. See, it's a nice golden brown, and I'm gonna dig in. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Cheesy mac and cheese. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go take a few people a plate to see if they enjoyed it. That's Agnes's famous mac and cheese.